Hello guys, everyone. Today our topic about the neck triangles and topography of the neck. And actually we divided the triangles of the neck into two main triangles. Okay, anterior triangle and posterior triangles. Okay, we divided into two main triangles. Divides two main triangles. Main triangles. Anterior triangle and posterior triangle. Now I will show which side we have posterior triangle and where we have anterior triangle. Okay, this is the neck. Okay, this is our head, this is the neck region. Okay, the black shade is this is the muscle, and the blue lining, the green lining, I show the subdivision of the triangles of neck. Okay, now this is the posterior triangle, this is the anterior triangle. Okay, if we will talk about the posterior triangles and interior triangles. Okay, interior triangles. Okay, this is the anterior triangles. From here, this is the mandible. Okay, these are the now I will going to discuss each triangles and I will show posterior side and interior side which triangle we have. First we will going to discuss the posterior triangles. Okay, posterior triangle. Posterior triangle. Posterior triangles. These are the posterior triangle. This whole is posterior triangle. From here to here, this is the posterior triangle. Okay, if you will talk about the boundary of the posterior triangle, boundaries. Now I will show which boundary of posterior triangle. You know, here this is the trapezius muscle, in front sternocleidomastoid muscle, and here we have clavicle. These are the boundaries of this muscle. Boundary of anterior triangles. Okay, it's very easily. If we will talk, you know, this is the sternocleidomastoid, is the superficial group muscle of the neck. Is very important rule to division of the anterior and posterior triangles. Okay, because this muscle divide the interior and posterior triangles. Okay, now we will talk about this is the posterior triangle, and posterior triangles we have boundary. Here we have boundaries. If we talk about boundaries, we have trapezius muscle. Then we have sternocleidomastoid muscle. SCM means sternocleidomastoid muscle, and here we have clavicle. Okay, this is a clavicle bone. Okay, it means clavicle. Clavicle. If you talk about the posterior triangle, then we know the, if you in Viva mostly professor asking the questions which the boundaries of the posterior triangles. Then you show, like here we have trapezius, in front we have sternocleidomastoid muscle, in back we have trapezius muscle, and inferior we have what? Inferior we have clavicle. Okay, and then this posterior triangle is going divided into if you will talk roof also. If you will here, they also have roof, floor, and floor we have floor of the posterior triangle. We have deep investing fascia, and plus we have prevertebral fascia. And prevertebral fascia, you know which muscle of group is covering? Deep group muscle of neck is covering. Okay, these are the boundaries of the posterior triangle. First boundary here, trapezius muscle here, and trapezius muscle, if you remember, we already discussed in the superficial group of muscle of the back. And then we have sternocleidomastoid muscle and clavicle, and floor we have here. If you remove here, we have floor. We have deep investing fascia and prevertebral fascia. This is the only about we talk about the posterior triangle. Then posterior triangle divided into two triangles. Okay, two triangles. First triangle, if we'll talk about division, subdivision, because division we already talked. Now the subdivision of this triangle. Okay, subdivision into one. This one is occipital triangle. From here, this one, this is the occipital triangle. Occipital triangle. Then second, this one is a supraclavicular triangle. Why is it's called supraclavicular triangle? Because this supra above of the clavicle bone, supratriangle. Okay, these are the two subdivision of the posterior triangle. We have two triangle, occipital triangle and supraclavicular triangle. Now we will go into this each triangle, and we will going to discuss the content of this triangle, what contents we have here in this location. Okay, first if you will talk about the occipital triangle, occipital, because he's talking about, don't forget we talking about posterior triangle. Okay, occipital triangle. Occipital triangle, first we will going to discuss the boundaries of occipital triangle. Board is very simple. Here we have sternocleidomastoid muscle, this one sternocleidomastoid, simple trapezius, sternocleidomastoid, and what we have here, omohyoid muscle. Now I will show where this is the omohyoid muscle, this is the trapezius muscle, and this is the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Is in front we have sternocleidomastoid muscle, back we have trapezius muscle, and inferior we have omohyoid muscle. Okay, these are the boundaries of this occipital triangle. Now we will talk which content we have here. Here we have passes, if you know, here we have external one. When passing, it says external jugular vein. Okay, external jugular vein, and then we have here one cranial nerve passing, is 11 cranial nerve, its name accessory nerve. Okay, and then we have transverse cervical, because this is the cervical region, and here transverse, here we have arteries, branch is called transverse cervical artery. Okay, these are the boundaries. Now we will talk about the contents. If you will talk about the contents of occipital triangle, then in the contents we have, first we have external jugular vein, then second we have cranial nerve 11, you know what nerve is here, accessory nerve. Okay, and the third content we have transverse cervical artery. Okay, these are the content in occipital triangle only. Okay, boundaries we discussed trapezius, sternocleidomastoidus muscle, and omohyoid muscle. And content we have external jugular vein, cranial nerve 11, transverse cervical artery. This content are located in the occipital triangle. Okay, now we will the second triangle in posterior triangle. Which we have the second triangle, we have supraclavicular triangle above the clavicle bone. Okay, this is called supraclavicular triangle. Okay, these are the supraclavicular triangle. Supraclavicular triangle. Supraclavicular triangle. If you talk about the supraclavicular triangle, we have boundaries. First, we will going to discuss boundaries. Which boundaries we have here? First we will look here, you know, here we have clavicular bone, here we have trapezius bone, and here we have, if you remember, this is the superficial first muscle, we have platysma muscle. Okay, which are originated from the deltoid and pectoral fascia and going insertion into the mandible bone. Okay, if we talk about the boundaries after, again here we have boundaries clavicle, down, if you down inferior, then we have back, we have trapezius muscle, and here we have platysma muscle. Okay, these are the boundaries of supraclavicular triangles. But what content we have here, which contents important, like in content is also important. What contents we have means which vessel or nerves are passing here. Okay, if you will talk about the contents, I will write here contents. We have two main vessels are passing here: subclavian artery, and subscapular artery. Subscapular artery are located here in this triangle, supraclavicular triangle. Okay, these are the two triangles of posterior triangle. First we talked about the posterior triangle. We have boundaries: sternocleidomastoid muscle, trapezius muscle, and clavicle. Then posterior triangle going to divide into two subdivision, when we will subdivide it in this posterior triangle, we have two triangle: occipital triangle and supraclavicular triangle. So there we discussed already occipital triangles boundaries, and then we have content discuss external jugular vein, accessory nerve, okay, 11. And then we had artery, its name transverse cervical artery, okay. And these arteries is the branches of the common carotid artery, okay. Then the supraclavicular triangle, there's two main vessels are passing, which we already discussed: external and subclavian artery and subscapular artery, okay. These are the posterior triangles, okay. Now we will going to the anterior view. Anterior view, first we will talk about the anterior triangles, and then we will divide the main the subdivision of the anterior triangle, okay. Anterior triangle boundaries. These are the whole. This whole is anterior triangle. Like here we discussed posterior triangle. In the starting, I told the sternocleidomastoid is very important rule, because they are divided the neck into two triangle, main triangle. This is the anterior triangle and this is the posterior triangle. And posterior triangle we already discussed. Now we will going to discuss the anterior triangle. Anterior triangle boundaries. If we will talk about the boundaries, here we have anterior midline, here we have mandible bone, and here we have sternocleidomastoid muscle, okay. If you talk about like this is the anterior triangle. If you talk like this, anterior triangles, okay. Here we have anterior midline here, okay. Anterior midline, here we have mandible bone, and here we have very simple sternocleidomastoid muscle, okay. These are the anterior triangle. Now anterior, this is the boundary of anterior triangle. Now we'll go in the subdivision of anterior triangle, okay. Anterior triangle are divided into four triangles. If you talk subdivision of anterior triangle, here four main triangle, okay. First, submandibular triangle. Now I will show where the submandibular triangle. Here, this is a submandibular triangle, which I highlighted this one. This is submandibular triangles, okay. The first one. Second one, we have submental triangle. Now I will show this is submental triangle, this one, okay. Submental, and this is the mental region, okay. Mental, and this is a mandibular, okay. This is a mandibular, this is a mental, okay. Mental triangle. Third one, we have carotid triangle. This is the carotid triangle, okay. These are the carotid triangle. And fourth one, we have muscular triangle. And this is the muscular triangle, this one, okay. It means anterior triangle are divided into four triangles: submandibular triangle, submental triangles, carotid triangle, and muscular triangle, okay. Now we will going to discuss each triangle's boundaries. So each triangle are anterior triangles. Here I will write interior triangles, okay. First triangle in interior triangles, we will talk submandibular triangle, okay. Submandibular triangle, okay. These are the submandibular triangle which I already discussed, okay. This submandibular triangle, both sides is paired form, okay. Don't forget submandibular triangles, okay. Now here we have mandible bone. These are the boundaries, okay. Mandible bone. If you talk boundaries, okay. Mandibular bone, here we have posterior belly of what? Which bone we discuss? Posterior. Here, posterior belly of digastric muscle, and here we have anterior belly of a digastricus muscle, These are the boundaries of the submandibular triangle. Okay, here again mandible bone, posterior belly and anterior belly of what muscle? Digastricus muscle, because digastric muscle is the suprahyoid muscle. We have two belly. Okay, this is the submandibular triangle. We talk about boundary already. Now we're going to discuss the content of this triangle. Contents, which vessel are, which elements are located here. First, here we have submandibular gland, because submandibular area, submandibular glands. Then second, this is here we supply of what vein and artery? Facial vein, because it's a facial area. Facial vein and artery. And the fourth content we have here is lymph node, or you can say this is a submandibular lymph node. These are the first the boundary, mandible bone, then we have posterior belly of digastric muscle and anterior belly of digastric muscle. These are the boundary of the submandibular triangle. And contents, we have submandibular glands, because here located are submandibular glands. Then we have facial vein and artery and lymph nodes. Okay, now the second triangle of the interior triangle. Second triangle we have mental triangle. And mental triangle, this is which I already told, this is a mental triangle, submental triangle. Okay, here also have another muscle. Okay, the same. And if you will talk about the submental triangle, submental triangle. Okay, now submental triangle boundaries. First we will talk about the boundaries. Here we have mandible bone. Here we have hide bone, and here there are boundaries, borders with what bones? Which muscle? Which belly? The same digastric muscle, but belly which in front side? Anterior belly. Anterior belly of digastric muscle. Okay, again the bone is submental triangle. We have mandible bone, hide bone. This is the hide bone, the circle. Okay, and here is borders with what? Anterior belly of digastric muscle. Okay, mandible bone, anterior belly of digastric muscle and hide bone. Okay, this is the borders of the submental triangle. Now about the contents. And here only the contents if lymph nodes are located. Okay, we will talk lymph nodes, or deep lymph node you can also say. Okay, these are lymph nodes are location here in submental triangles. Everywhere here also we have submandibular lymph nodes. Here also have lymph nodes. Okay, now the third triangle we have carotid triangle. Okay, very important triangle. Okay, in interior triangle we have carotid triangle. First we will talk about the boundaries. If you will talk about the boundaries of carotid triangle, these are the carotid triangle. Here first, here we have sternocleidomastoid muscle. Here we have posterior belly of digastric muscle. Posterior belly of digastric muscle. And here we have with what? Superior belly of omohyoid muscle. Superior belly of omohyoid muscle. Okay, these are the boundaries of the carotid triangle. Okay, sternocleidomastoid muscle, superior. These are the superior belly. Okay, of the which omohyoid infrahyoid muscle. We have omohyoid muscle. We have two bellies, superior belly and inferior belly. Okay, now here is sternocleidomastoid muscle, and here we have boundaries with posterior belly of digastric muscle. Now, if we will talk about the contents of this boundaries, you know, okay, we already right now we're going to talk about the contents of the carotid triangle, because it's very important. Triangle contents. Here we have simple thing from the name. Carotid triangle means carotid artery, common carotid artery, then we have internal jugular vein, then we have vagus nerve, and vagus nerve is a cranial 10 nerve. Okay, and these three contents elements are covered by carotid sheet. There's another sheet or fascia which are covering these three elements. Okay, common carotid artery, internal jugular vein, and vagus nerve. Also we have content in this triangle. We have lymph nodes. Okay, lymph nodes we also have, and also we have here there's nerves, that hypoglossal nerve, hypoglossal nerve, 12th. Okay, 12th cranial nerve. These are the 5 content, but these 3 contents are covered by a carotid sheet. Okay, now if we the last triangle we have muscular triangle. Okay, muscular triangle of the anterior triangle. Okay, muscular triangle, this one is the muscular triangle. First we will going to talk about the boundaries of this triangle. First boundary, here we have superior belly of what? Of omohyoid muscle, because this are like that. Okay, now superior belly of omohyoid muscle. Here we have sternocleidomastoid muscle, and here we have what we have here. We have a sternohyoid muscle, because this is the infrahyoid muscle. That's why here we have this one muscle name is sternohyoid muscle. Okay, here we have boundaries with sternohyoid muscle, here boundary with superior belly of the omohyoid muscle, and here is boundary with the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Okay, this is the boundaries of the muscular triangle. Now contents. Here we have 2 main contents in this triangle. If we talk, because this areas here we will talk about the, here we have thyroid and parathyroid glands. Thyroid glands and parathyroid glands are located here. Parathyroid glands. Okay, these are the triangles of necks which we discussed today, and the triangle of the necks are divided into 2 triangles with the help of sternocleidomastoid, because they are help and division of these 2 triangles into anterior form and posterior form. Okay, posterior triangle we have 2 triangles, occipital triangle and supraclavicular triangles, and interior triangles we have submandibular triangles, submental triangles, carotid triangle, and muscular triangle. And we already discussed each triangle's boundaries and contents. Okay, thank you.